I've signed up to chase the sun in 2026, an epic 200-mile ride from sunrise to sunset from one side of the UK to the other, all in one day. Join me on my training journey, the good, the bad, the sweaty, all the way to the start line next June. We're starting off with a longer Zone 2 ride on the Danger Noodle route on Zwift. This route has no major climbs really. There are two you can see at the bottom there on the elevation profile, but both are really manageable, and there's just lots of these rolly kicker type bumps almost that are a really big part of this course. So I was joined on this ride by a couple others. You can see them in green. Those are people who I'm riding with in a meetup in Zwift, and it's one of the really nice things that Zwift does is it makes the indoor cycling a social thing. It makes the indoor cycling just that much nicer, that much easier to do. So you can see we're cycling together, kind of, not very well. We don't really know how to cycle together as a group in Zwift at this point, but you'll see we really struggle to actually stay together. The people that I'm cycling with as well, they are not doing a 2.5 hour ride. Their plan was do the Danger Noodle, get the Danger Noodle done, and that's them. That's them for the day. My plan was 2.5 hour ride, so I'm trying to keep as much as possible in that blue Zone 2 power that I can, ideally go all day at. So we stay together for a bit. You'll see how well that kind of goes for us though here. I mean, initially it goes fine, even though I'm clearly not paying attention. I'm still talking. I'm trying to figure out the WhatsApp group call that we're in, what's going on, where to even put my phone. I need to get myself a phone holder. But you can see this works staying together, and we're all kind of within a second, not even a second of each other, but it's still flat. And the flat sections were fine, and it was really when we got to the rolly sections that it just came apart. This is one of the sections that I'm talking about. The rolly up, down, we just could not stay together as a group. We're doing different rides here. I'm here for a long Zone 2 ride. They're just doing this course, so that's part of it. But I think part of it as well is, I'm on the lighter side. So you see as soon as the hills go up, I catch up. As soon as it goes down, they're just gone. They're gone in the distance. I can't keep up without actually putting some power in, which I'm not aiming to do for this ride. And you can see again, we go up the hill, I catch up, we go down the hill, and they just go away from me. And this is really, I think, the last point we actually stay together. So uphill, I've caught up with them, and then we get to the top, and we just see I Cooper there go, and that's the last I see of him for this ride. So this is the first of the two little climbs that are part of this course, and amazingly I'm still actually with two of the other people that we started riding with at the start of this bike ride. We're 24 minutes in now though. The Danger Noodle course I think was estimated at about 1.5 hours, and that is all they're riding. They're only riding this course, right? So they're about a third of the way through. We're going for 2.5 hours today, so we've still got 2 hours ahead of us. But I wanted to show this little first climb here because you can see the kind of pacing that I'm trying to hold. I'm trying to keep in, I'm in that green section right now, but I'm trying to keep in that green section. I've just gone into the yellow there, but that's the section that I want to hold for these climbs, and ideally even the blue section. Later on in the ride, I do a bit better actually holding that Zone 2 power on these climbs, but I think I was still trying to keep up with the other riders at this point. It's still early that I haven't realized that I don't want to do that for the next 2 hours. You can see we end up pretty similar though towards the end of this climb, and that won't happen for the rest of this. So this is the second climb on the Danger Noodle course, and as I was saying, I have realized by this point that I cannot keep up the same power that I was putting in for the first climb if I've still got 2 hours to go after this point. And you see the ETA there. I mean, it's around the 9-minute mark. It's coming down a little bit there, 8 minutes. But I end up at just under 9 minutes, I think it is, for this particular climb. And you can see the difference between, doing a short ride versus doing a long ride. The other riders I was with on this particular meetup, I've already said they were doing shorter rides. And you can see that in, the power outputs they were putting up this hill, and the times, that translates to. And let's watch this play out. One thing I would point out, at least I noticed after looking back at the footage, is on this second climb, I do a much better job of staying in that blue and green zone. Obviously, it means I'm going slow up the hill, but it's a much more sustainable pace. Now, the riders I'm with, just kudos to them. You see on the left there, they've smashed up this hill. iCooper 616, Venkat 650, AS was 656 or something. They've all done fantastic to smash this up in under 7 minutes, and iCooper close to 6 minutes there. My ETA is coming in at 8:09 there. I think it's 8:09:16 I finish on. So actually over the 8 minutes, but I was going at a much easier, much more sustainable kind of zone 2, zone 3 power than I imagine they were probably threshold. I'd like to think anyway, they might have been cruising up at zone 2 as well, but kudos to them for the decent times there. Now, the rest of the ride, I'm just by myself. They finished by this point, or were very close to finishing. So I'm chilling. I've got another hour and a half after this, but you can see it's a really nice route. I really enjoyed the Danger Noodle route actually on Zwift. I'll probably ride it again as a free ride, because with free riding, I find I'm not as engaged usually as I am with the ERG and the kind of workout options. But I really like this route, and you can see we pick up the completion route right here on Zwift, which is nice. The up and down, the rolly nature of it, which we kind of saw early on, just it keeps you engaged when freeriding, because you kind of do have to, if you want to stay in this nice zone 2, zone 3 area, which I was trying to stay in, you do have to be on it with the gears. You have to be going up and down with those rolly hills. And I really enjoyed it. And the rest of this ride, we've done an hour here, and there's another hour and a half left. We'll speed through this, but keep an eye out on the sped up footage how often I'm changing gears, especially through those rolly sections, just trying to maintain a nice steady power. So we did actually end up going over the 2.5 hour mark on this ride. We were so close to that 75k. I'm a sucker for round numbers, so I wanted to push on to that nice round 75k number. So we do get that done, and I think it ends up at about 2 hours 40 this ride. You can see like it just ends on a little bit of these kind of kicker sections, but I'm pretty pleased with looking back at this ride. Like, I did a really good job, I think, of staying in that zone 2. Like, over half of the ride is in that kind of zone 2 power. With 2 hours 40 in, and my heart rate's about 140, which I think is very manageable. So I think I'm in a good spot. I just need to build from here, and that's the aim. The aim is to build from here. So the post-ride stats on Zwift here, just confirming what I felt through that ride, is most of my heart rate there, right in zone 2. I was just very happy with this result as a start to building these long rides up. So join me next week. I'm hoping to get some more of these Zwift camp build rides done. You can see I've done one here, but there are 4 others to do before the end of December. And if you're training for something big too, or just want to see how far I can go, hit subscribe, leave a comment, and let's chase this sun together.